and welcome along and welcome back to the old farm countryside, where today I've discovered this, this is field 35. We don't own this, but it is absolutely ready to harvest. It's got a load of weeds in it, yeah, it needs ploughing, but it's all good. We want this field, and the best time to buy it is now. So we have a small change of plans. We are going to we're going to buy this before we buy field 34, and yeah, we're going to get this harvested, and hopefully that will give us enough money for us to then buy field 34 as well. So what we need to do is we need to sell one of our fields to start with. Field 4 is harvested. It is too far away from us. It is worth 168,000, so we are going to sell it. That gives us a grand total of 241,660, which means we can buy 35. So let's purchase that. Yes, perfect. We are now the proud owner of field 35. So small change of plans here. We've bought 35. We need, in order to buy field 34, which is the one we've just done the thing on, we need 303. We've got 164 waiting in the wings. We can sell 31. So yeah, we're pretty good from that point of view. We could get a loan to make up the difference eventually. We've got 100, so we can buy field 34 with a loan, which is not a bad idea. So yeah, let's get cracking then and jump into our Lexion here and get harvesting this field. We're going to bale it as well. We want to get the maximum amount of money we can off of this, because we've just basically spent all our money getting ourselves in this position. There we go. And yeah, this should do as well. This should do really well. It's a nice big field. We'll be able to expand it as well, and as a result, it will work quite nicely. In fact, yeah, we can easily expand this. Owning 34, 35 and 33, expanding it will be a simple task. We may have to move our. I think we're going to rebuild our housing. At the moment, we're staying in that tent. I think what we're planning to do is build something a bit closer to our yard when we get the yard set up. We, of course, the moment we have no means by which to clean our combine, which is why our combine is still as horribly dirty as it is, because yeah, we can't clean it. We haven't got anywhere on our yard that we can clean it with. Down we go, and we're going to set up our GPS straight off the bat as well. So there we go, set our GPS point. We're not quite at 180. Yeah, there we go, nice and straight. And yeah, this hopefully will produce a nice amount of wheat for us. Wheat is fairly well priced. I think we're probably done a long enough distance. Yep, yeah, we are nowhere near the right width on that though. So, auto width. Brilliant. And away we go. There we are. So, that is our GPS setup on this field. We're able to just sort of get this going and get this harvested. So let's get the headlands out and see how full our combine has got by that point. Coming up to the end of the second headland, and we're going to be about 80% full by the end of it, which is fantastic news. One thing is slightly annoying, is I managed to make it the whole way around at the first headland without activating my straw swath. So we chopped the first headland, so it's dropped our profitability on the field ever so slightly, because yeah, we've lost a whole load of straw as a result of that mistake. However, I'm quite pleased with that. We've got 84% full, so I'm going to just leave the combine there for a moment. Let's take this. Let's take our racing Lamborghini and do some karting with that. Should be a tractor that does karting just as well as our Fendt does, but it's newer, so I want to give it a try. This is a rented tractor, of course. This is leased. But with start from scratch, we are leasing an awful lot of stuff on here. So that's not a big problem at all. There we go. We just need to make sure we end the day with enough money to pay our leasing costs. That's the big caveat that we need. Looks quite nice on the back of this Marshall trailer. Or on the front of this Marshall trailer, sorry. And I am quite liking this Lamborghini tractor. It's not often that I use Lamborghini tractors in Farm Sim. So, yeah, I quite like this mod. Right, there we go. That's emptying out. So we've just finished our final cutting. We've got 2 more rows here. Maybe a little bit. I think when I was first looking at this, when we did the headlands, basically there was the tiniest of widths left along the edge where the GPS didn't quite reach to the edge. That means that we're likely to end up with a really thin strip on this last stretch. If it is the case, what I'll probably do is ignore the GPS and have a much more of an overlap, so that we get a decent amount of straw in both runs. But it's yeah, we are at 58%. I don't think we're going to get near that 80% that I thought we might. I always seem to underestimate it at the moment. Or sorry, I always seem to overestimate it at the moment. So I think that yeah, we're going to be in a position where it's not quite as much as I'd hoped. Although we are at 62% by the end of this row. So we may not be that far shy of it as I think. But yeah, we're going to have a nice big overlap here. Because even with an overlap, you can see that we're still going to leave quite a strip. So we'll put this here. And this again is kind of more how you do it in real life. So you give yourself a bit more an overlap. You wouldn't worry about having to fit the whole thing in or the whole width in, because you know you're coming back the other way, and you're not gonna just sort of leave yourself with patches, and small bits that you've got to try and pick up into the bed. You've got a nice solid bit on your return, which is all nice and good. We are up to 70% full, which is really good news. I'm really quite happy about that. Let's get this lifted. There we go. And round. Yeah, 72% at the moment. So we're going to get close to 80. I don't think we're actually going to hit 80 is the thing. Would be nice if we did, but it's yeah, not really. And you can see why now. What you do is you then basically just put the center of this straight down here, and it easily fits in. You're not worried about losing any crop or making any extra work because you've tried to fit it in and missed a bit. You're just there, and it's and you get a good solid amount, and it also makes it easier for the bed to gather it in. If there's a good amount of it. If you've got one or two, if you know you've got a very thin amount, it's harder for the combine to collect it up. So yeah, that's why you do this. That's why you give yourself an extra bit of overlap if you find yourself in this position. So that is the field. That's 76%. So not awful. By any means, just not quite as much as we'd originally hoped for. So I'm going to set this emptying. We've got our auger out, and while this is emptying, you can hear the Lamborghini there. While this is emptying, we're going to go jump in the fence and grab our baler. I think we're a little bit close to the trailer there. Right, there we go. That will do. That's going in. Grab our fence and hook this up to the baler. Of course, this is not a leased tractor. This one we bought outright, because we knew we were going to be doing a lot of work on the farm. And then we've got our class baler over here. Now this is the map that we might end up trying out the John Deere Cotton DLC on when it eventually comes out. It's the one game where we are actually actively doing cotton. We will need an absolutely massive field to pay for that John Deere cotton harvester. It is twice the price of the class. Sorry, of the case. It's not a class one; it's a case one. Which is not good. That's gonna take an awful lot of paying back to do. So worries me slightly about using that. But this will work well. I think we have a bale collection. The only thing we were missing from doing that, well, the only two things we were missing from doing that contract with the hay was we didn't have a mower and we didn't have a tedder. So we couldn't actually make the hay. It's not liking the turn, but that's alright. Yeah, it could do with a rear steering axle, this class baler, really. But anyway, let's get this baled up and we'll go from there. We're over halfway through at this point, and we've got a few bales. We've not got a massive amount. I don't think this is going to be the most profitable field ever. But yeah, 2 bales there, 2 bales there. So it's about 2 bales a row by the looks of things. And this is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bales. We're about to drop bale 8. So we've got about half of a bale trailer at the moment, half of our pickup trailer. So that's not too bad. That'll bring us in a little bit, not a huge amount because it's bales, and bales are not worth a massive amount of money. But it will bring us a little bit in. I think we'll end up selling this and the wheat itself today. Yeah, see how much we get off those. We should get more than 20,000. We need 20,000 to get through to the next day, but that shouldn't be a problem. As I said, we still have the ability to borrow a lot of money, and we are looking to. I think we're looking to sell Field 31. It's a little bit away from our farm, and we are better served by having Field 34, so that we can build our farm, which is why we hadn't originally planned to buy Field 32 here, but sorry, Field 35, I think this is, isn't it? Yeah, Field 35. We hadn't originally planned to buy this, but with a crop in it, it just became something that would be a good purchase. The top of the field, we got some trees, so we're going to clear those out. I think we're just going to generally try and expand this field. We may clear the trees out at the bottom, so it looks like we're going to be doing some forestry in the near future. We will have to rent the equipment for that as well. I'm not sure we have anything with a front loader on it, so it's going to be an interesting one, that. Yeah, that'll be a chainsaw job. Possibly just chucking it into a trailer. We'll see how we go. 2 more rows to go, and then that will be it. And we'll have got all of this wheat straw baled up. We'll grab the auto stacker and go and sell this. We need to sell what we got in our trailer as well. The wheat that we've unloaded. make it. Oh yeah, there's a bit of a kink in the field at that point. See how close we get to a bale at the end and see whether we need that little extra bit and that little extra bit. It's going pretty well. There we go. Another one coming out. Don't want to, I don't really want to leave a partial bale in. 90, there we go, there's 100. Ooh, it's possible. It's possible we could get close. If not, we don't. But, oh no, actually we're going to get nowhere near close, aren't we? 50, we're over half a bale, but it's yeah, not a huge amount. This also has the turning circle of an oil tanker. Takes about 3 miles to get the whole thing turned. Actually pretty happy with all of that, so let's unload those bales as we go up the field. This is the wonderful one that makes you basically jump a bale out. Right, let's get this back to the yard, hook up and get ourselves our bale stacker. We've got Andersen bale collector now hooked up. We're just going to run around the field and get these. We can take 14 bales on this. I'm not sure. I don't think we've got 14 bales on the field. We will find out soon enough, of course. But yeah, I don't think there are 14 bales here. That would be a pleasant surprise if it was. Loaded up with 10 bales. I think we have exactly 14 bales on this field, which is quite something. We want to head back this way, so we'll leave that bale for now. Yeah, we've got exactly 14 bales on this field. That's brilliant. That is absolutely wonderful. A full collection or collecting trailer will do us quite nicely. Just got to get the last bale up this way, and then we're going to head out the actual entrance to this field. I think do a little bit of exploring. I think it comes out near the sell point. By the looks of things. Oh no, I pressed the wrong button. Ah! Right, I'm going to get this to the shop where we will do a full unload, but we're going to have to drive it with it up like this. So I figured out I can abort the unloading. That's good. One of those worries that I had. It's X. I don't think I've got it anywhere on my box. Which is good. Well, it's not good. I need to work out how to do that. I need to fold up. Oh yeah, that is one of the issues with the Andersen. If you start the unloading process at all, you can no longer fold up the arm until after you have actually unloaded the bales, which is really, really annoying. And I can't see any particular reason for that. We've aborted an unload, and it's not allowed us to set the arm back, and it doesn't set the arm back itself either, which is annoying. That's interesting. Why is this shut? What is the opening times for this? Don't know. Right, we will have to leave this tractor parked here, I think, until we can get in here and do this. Let's head back up to our Lamborghini here and find the best place for us to sell our wheat. That is gonna be the Westport, so we're gonna head that way. The Westport is where on the map? Eastport. Westport is up that way. So up past somewhere we haven't been yet, actually, which is fantastic. So let's head out that way and get this tipped and make actually a really decent amount of money off it. So access to the Westport is via the town, I've discovered. We basically have to go past the shop and head down this way. Sell point for that's a sell point for wool in there. So yeah, I've never been out this way on this map before, which is why I wanted to sort of get you guys here along with me. I'm still a bit miffed as to why the animal place is closed. I know this is a map where stuff opens and closes at various times, but I have no idea exactly why that's closed at 4 in the afternoon. I do find that a little bit weird. Alright, and we want to turn down here into the port. And our sell point is around here somewhere. There it is. So let's bring this up here and get it tipped. There we go. So that is all done. There we go. 13,000 in the harvest income off that. Doesn't quite even out how much that we've spent on it, because we spent 73,000. But yeah, I think that does top us up a little bit. So where are we with what we own? So we own field 31. 31 is worth 64,000. That will reduce actually how much we have to borrow. So we're going to sell 31. We want to buy 34. So we are well over halfway. We want 100 and what? To make that up, that is going to be 25. We want 125,000. So then we're going to borrow that and take ourselves up to 303. In fact, that might be absolutely perfect. There we go. And buy that. So we've had to borrow slightly less money than we would have had to. We still have the bales to sell. I don't know why that isn't open. In fact, let's jump in our tractor there. Yeah, no way we can open this, and no opening times on here. So it may be the next game day we do this. Unfortunately, we're going to be a fair amount in the red because of what we got. So we may have to borrow some money. So yeah, we're not able to do anything more for now. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.